Good afternoon, Jacks and Jills. I'm SirDimwi, and this is 3-Minute Meta. In the second installment, we are going to cover offensive gel schemes. Offensive formations have three basic schemes: protect, neutral, and aggressive. In a protect scheme, the quarterback will typically stop at or around the crow's nest, and the first pass will typically be somewhere in the backfield. Common uses of this strategy are plays such as a chain breaker, where three players will set up in a triangle formation in the backfield for quick, short passes. A fourth player will generally set up somewhere in midfield for the out pass once the play progresses. The goal of the triangle is to bait the chain into chasing the passes and getting said chain broken up. The ideal scenario is that one of your players will end up holding two of their players in the backfield as your remaining three players begin pushing the disc up the field towards the attack zone at mid in an effective 3v2 advantage. The neutral scheme is likely one you are already intimately familiar with. In a neutral scheme, the quarterback typically allows their momentum to continue forward as the receivers push into the midfield. This brings the initial offensive attack directly to the zone at mid. The most common play in Echo Arena, the standard split, is a neutral offensive gel scheme. In this play, you typically send a receiver to each tube and one down center. The play is designed to allow the quarterback to first get a read on the opposing team's defensive coverage and then make a judgment call on what to do next. Finally, we have the aggressive scheme. You may actually be just as familiar with this strategy as the previous. Simply speaking, the aggressive offensive gel scheme is set up with the intent of getting the disc as deep into the opposing team's zone as quickly as possible. A relay is one of the more common versions of an aggressive scheme. Similar to a standard split, but the relay will instead pair two receivers together. The second receiver will launch with the first and pick up an extra boost in order to carry their momentum deep into the offensive zone. The idea is for the first receiver to relay the disc to that deep player as quickly as they can accurately. Another basic version of the scheme is a simple deep pass, sending your receivers all boosting into the offensive zone and hoping to sneak a long pass past the defense. So what do you do with this information? When developing plays for your team, it is good to be sure that your playbook covers an array of strategic options. You may also find that your team is especially effective when operating under a specific scheme, but your opponent may discover that as well. At higher levels of play, Echo Arena is a game of chess, just like any other sport. Predicting, baiting, and responding to your opponent's strategic decisions are as important as making saves and scoring goals. Thus, understanding the fundamental principles behind these strategic decisions is as important as practicing your shot. But what do you think? Does your team use any plays that do or don't conform to these schemes? Do you completely disagree with what I had to say? Or maybe you have some ideas for future 3-Minute Meta. Please leave them all in the comments below. I will be reading through all of them, so feedback is greatly appreciated. But that's it for the second installment of 3-Minute Meta. In episode 3, we are going to cover defensive gel schemes. I've been SirDimwi. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.